Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, December 30th, 2020, and we are again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. Final hour of the trading day is the most important hour for me when it comes to trading, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they start taking control of the price away from the day traders and algorithms who control it during the middle part of the day. They are dealing with the most money, very smart people, best information, best technology, and in my opinion, following what they do as far as your buying and selling decisions at the end of the day, based upon what the large financial institutions do, is an edge in my trading over the long run. So thank you for coming today. I always look forward to seeing everyone. I'm very grateful that we have such a great group and so many people that contribute to this group. So thank you all very much. So today is the second to the last trading day of the year. Tomorrow, it is going to be a shortened day like it was on Christmas Eve. So the market closes at 1 o'clock Eastern time, which is 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So tomorrow I will be starting the podcast at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is noon Eastern Standard Time. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Sorry. Hey, what's happening? Come here. Sorry, everybody. Keely decided this abominable snowman is here. I'm sorry. Hey, Keely, hey. Come. That's okay. Good girl. Good girl. Man, I don't know what that was about. Anyway, so listen, okay, that's enough, girl. Thank you. Sorry about that. That came out of nowhere. Okay, you done? It's okay. All right. Dow Jones currently up 58 points, up 0.19%. NASDAQ up 20 points, up 0.16%. And the S&P is up 3.84, up a tenth of a percent. So everything is green still, but we have had quite a sell-off. We were much higher earlier. So today, the format for today is, first of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer as always. We're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have some good day trades today. I will share those with you as well. Then we're going to go over to the board, take a look at your current positions. We're going to see how those are doing. After that, we're going to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology. In my opinion, the most important time of the podcast is talking about trading psychology and getting your mind right when it comes to trading, because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that really matters, is following your plan, and that's a psychological issue. So if you're finding yourself not being able to follow your plan, you have to work on that, right? You have to develop that skill. Just like if you couldn't dribble the ball very well with your left hand, well, you've got to work on it, right? And you've got to get better. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a trade. First requirement, I look for a combination or confluence of indicators, ideally on multiple time frames. Secondly, I want to make sure I have a good risk to reward ratio. 2 to 1 is the minimum. I want to be able to make at least 2 times to the upside compared to what I'm risking on the downside. And then number 3, always take a minute every day. Consider how many positions you have, how much account heat you have, how correlated your positions are, and are you factoring in current market volatility when it comes to buying your share amount, your position size. All right, so I do have some candidates, going to narrow them down. I'm going to try to find the very best one at the end of the day, keeping in mind all 3 of the requirements that I just mentioned. And if I find one, I will go ahead and buy it right before the market closes. Then after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, feel free to ask. Just type them in the chat. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at and you'd like to get my opinion on today, just go ahead, type them in the live chat and put an asterisk, an emoji by it, so I know it's time sensitive. And then lastly, if you have any new additions or subtractions for me today as far as your positions go that are up on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day. before you tell me. That way I'm done trading and teaching, and then pressure's off, and then I will we'll spend as much time as we need to get them updated on the board. All right, so that's the plan for today. Hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's see who is here today. Evan is here. Good afternoon, Evan. Good to see you as always, my friend. Thank you so much for coming by. Brian is here. Hi, all. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Lova74 is here. Hey, Lova, good to see you, my friend. Kamal is here. Hey, we got Kamal back. Thank goodness. We all missed Kamal. We missed you yesterday, Kamal. We really did. And thanks for the scanner today, buddy, and everything you do for the channel. Steve Burns is here. Hey, what's going on, my friend? Always great to see Steve. Always an honor, always a privilege to have Steve in the chat with us. Steve says, well, this trading year is almost in the books. Yep, another 2 hours of trading this year, if we want to look at it that way, right? But thanks for coming today, Steve. Appreciate it, bud. Quad says, good afternoon, Greg and the Gossets. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Oh, I did not know Wednesday was Wealth Day. That's good to know. And I'll try giving you a call later, Quad. Frank is here. Hello, Mr. Frank. Good to see you, sir. Always a privilege to have you here, and thank you every day for the great poems. Steve says, dog barking in my life too. LOL. Man, that scared me. I about hit the ceiling. She's so quiet. I mean, she never does anything, and then out of the blue, I was like, what is happening? Dan with the peace sign. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Quad says, we got to see dog pics, Greg. Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. While I'm going through the list. Oh, what did I do? Here we go. Here is Keely, my little sweetheart girl, right there. We can look at that for a second. Pat is here. Hey, Pat, good to see you. Looking forward to our next lesson. Hope you're doing well. Hope your trading's doing well. Kamal says, back from a trip to Northern California. Bernie Falls is simply spectacular. Oh, good. Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing. Glad that you had a good little trip there, Kamal. Lova says, MCO. 15 EMA, CO, 15 EMA, MACD negative deposited, but 1 ATR resistance. All right. Well, let's take a look. I don't know much about the 1550 crossover, to be honest with you, Lova, but let's take a look. So I don't have a 15 EMA on here. MACD is positive. You are correct. We triggered a fractal. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. You know, it's right up against resistance. It's right up against that 1 ATR channel. Not a lot of volume today. Nice sideways motion on the weekly, that's for sure. I don't know. I don't think that's something I would buy, but don't let me dissuade you. That's just my opinion. And I don't know how that 15 EMA 50 crosses over. I don't know how that back tests, but if it back tests well, then, you know, that gives it points in the favor. Jatin, hey, good afternoon, sir. Hello, Jatin. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Quad says, welcome back, Kamal. IQ. It's not bad. I've been looking at this in a couple days. I like it better today than I did yesterday. That's for sure. And why is that? Well, thank you for asking. Yesterday we went under 30, over 30, but today it looks like we probably tested 30 again, went back over. Also, now we're back above the negative third ATR channel, which is positive, and we're over the 5 EMA. Not a lot of volume here. You know, it's okay. It's down on the day as well, though. I don't like that so much. But yes, technically it is a deep dip buy. Frank says, welcome back, Kamal. Kamal says, thank you, Quad and Frank. Johnson says, good evening, all. Hey, Johnson, good to see you. Quad says, I just made up Wealth Wednesday, but who knows? Maybe it will stick to it. Yeah, do a hashtag Wealth Wednesday, Quad. David is here. Hey, Greg and group. Hey, David. Nice to see you, my friend. Steve says, this market looks shaky and toppy, but it has for a long time. That's a very good point. It has looked shaky and toppy, but it just keeps going up, doesn't it? Yep. Tree is interesting, but has the 200 MA above. Oh, Tree. I remember that one. Yeah, it's exactly right, Dave. Good analysis. I mean, and technically, you know, we came into the value zone and just bounced. We didn't get any sideways motion or anything like that. So, and with the 200 above. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has that confluence of the 50 week and 200 week above. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of danger up there. I mean, the 50, the 250, the 200, this previous high, not a lot of volume. That's just my take. Frank has a poem for us. Great. Let me put this up here. And let's see what Frank has to say today. It's always good. Entry and position size. Get them right, then set your sights. Trading is best when it's a pace, not a race. And we all know what haste makes. So stay on the case. Profits you will embrace. Ah, so good. Entry and position size. Get them right, then set your sights. Trading is best when it's a pace, not a race. And we all know haste makes waste. Stay on the case and profits you will embrace. Spot on, Frank, as always. You know, entry and position size, very important. I really think position size is the most important. I honestly do, because you can have the best setup in the world, but if you have too large of a position size and the stock gets bad news, something like that, it all comes down to position size, in my opinion. And you're right. It's, you know, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? We're going to make thousands and thousands of trades in our life. Why risk it all on one trade, right? Thank you, Frank. That's excellent. Bob is here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Bob. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Okay, well, let's get started. All right, JD. Anyone else here? No, that's just me. So I did buy JD yesterday. No, 2 days ago, excuse me, at 86.24 with the 520 crossover, the nice V2. I bought it at 86.24. Well, that was yesterday, right? And I hit two profit targets today. One at 87.50, one at 88.48. Getting close to that third profit target, but pretty good trades so far, up 3.51% since yesterday. McDonald's. Well, Quad and I decided to short McDonald's yesterday. I did like this setup. I like that it rejected the downward sloping 50-day EMA. It rejected it twice over here. Doesn't mean it's going to continue, but until it doesn't, I look at that as a sign. We had a V1 to the downside, rejection of the 50. We lost the 50 RSI. My stop here, 213.19. If we rallied halfway bucket in the washout bar, but it's down exactly $1. It's down 0.47%. 0.47% today. No profit targets yet. My first profit target's down here at 211.14. It's possible I could hit it if it sells off at the end of the day. But Quad, I almost knew for sure that this trade was going to go down for you because it was your first short trade. I don't want you to get too enamored with short trades. I mean, they're fun, right? When it goes down, it's kind of fun. It's almost twice as fun as when you make money on the long side. I don't know why, but you know, short trades go down quick, but they rally back fast also. So just make sure you have a plan. But good for Quad and I that we were right on the McDonald's short. Ollie, okay. I think Johnson's in here. Yeah, Johnson and I are in Ollie. We bought it back here at 79.50 with the bullish engulfing bar, rejection of the negative third ATR channel, rejection of the 250. It's been a good trade. Bought it at 79.50, has moved up. I sold half of my position here with the rejection of the 200-day moving average. As it continued up, I continued to take profits. You see, I did hit 2 profit targets earlier in the day when the prices were much, much higher. I sold a part of the position at 85.56 and 86.86. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this today. This is a bearish engulfing bar, rejection of the 200, rejection of the 50-day moving average, rejection of the 50 RSI. So I am going to get out of this and just lock in profits. But again, you know, I mention this every day, but because I really mean it, that's really why I like to take profits when it goes my way. That's why I set partial profit targets every day from yesterday's close. All right. SPY. Jatin. Anyone else in this? Jatin and Yas. Overnight SPY trade. Another good overnight SPY trade. We've had 3 monsters in a row. I mean, here to here was the open. Here, I'm sorry, buy the close, sell the open, buy the close, sell the open, buy the close, sold the open. Got in yesterday at 371.46, out at 372.38. So fantastic. Of course, I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight, take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning at the open. And it does have good back-tested results, and that is why I do it. So I will be buying this again today. And the overnight SPY trade did make a high on the year today with this open. TGT. All right, we have Karen, Brian, Johan, and Ava. Had a nice return to value, sideways motion, V2. I bought here at 171.64. It's moved up nicely. Of course, whenever it moves up, I start to take partial profits like I just mentioned over there on Ollie. Up, 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 up. It has moved more than 1.5 ATRs from my entry. Today, it is down a 0.75%. I will be selling half today with the close below the previous day's low. Right, and then if it continues back up, great. I'll look for it rejection at the 70 RSI. But if it comes all the way back down to my entry point, I will go ahead and just get out of the second half at break even. So that's once these move more than 1.5 ATRs for my entry, I get out of half with the close below the previous day's low. Lock in profits, you know, I'll lock in profits here. I locked in profits here, here, and here as well with the phase out. So, you know, this is kind of a free ride trade at this point. You know, if it keeps going up, great. If it comes back down to my entry point, I'll get out. It will still be a profitable trade. So hope that makes sense. Ulta. All right. Anyone else in this with me? No, that's me. All right. I did buy Ulta back on the 28th at 277.95. I bought a half a position only. We had a 520 crossover. We had a higher low V2. We had a breakout of the fractal. Bought it at 277.95. Hit 2 profit targets today, one within a penny or two from the top today. Hit one at 281.09, another one at 284.84. Is up 1.89% today, and from entry, I guess about the same, right? 1.56. Oh, that's right, because, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm going to keep this one. I don't see really any reason to get out of this one. USO. All right. Well, this is the trade I took on the monthly charts. This is the daily. I bought it here at about 30.95. Currently, it is 32.94. It's up 5.81%. I bought it on the monthly. I like to differentiate between time frames, take weekly trades, monthly trades. I took USO here at 30.97 with a V2 under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, and that was my entry point. So really, really good trade so far, and it's up about 0.5% today. Google. All right, I do not have a position in Google, a directional position, but I did sell puts on Google down to $1,170, expiring expiring June 18th. I got $1,488.32. I picked the 1170 price because of the 200-day on the weekly as protection above, and also on the monthly confluence of the -1 monthly ATR channel and the 50-month. So it is down today 1.29%, but I am still in the money on the puts. All right, let's go to my day trades. All right, let's see. Where is, okay, here we go. This is Alibaba. I bought it on the 5-minute. You can see the 5-minute bar consolidated here for quite a long time. I bought the breakout of this fractal. I bought it. I just put a buy stop there at 237.81. I got filled right about that price. Had a nice breakout on volume. So I bought at 237.81. 2 bars later, I got out of half just because it moved up a bunch and I wanted to lock in some profits. I sold half at 238.78. I sold another half here when we had a false breakout to the upside and reversal and a V1 to the downside. Sold at 239.02, and then I finally got a close below the previous day's low. So I got in at 237.81, out of part at 238.43, out of part at 238.78, and out of part at 239.02. So that was a nice trade. Then I had another trade over here. Return to value V2. We're above value. We come into value. It's a false breakout to the downside plus the V2. I bought it intra-bar when the V2 triggered. Bought it at 238.56. Next bar moved up kind of strong for me, so I decided to take half at 238.94. Then it moved up. Then it came down to my entry point, and I got out of the second half at break even. So the second half was totally break even. The first half I bought at 238.56 and out at 238. What was that? Oh yeah, 56. Oh yeah. So like 40 cents, but not too bad. Not too bad for half an hour or whatever it was. Apple. Had a trade here on Apple with an under 5 minutes, under 30, over 30, plus a false breakout from this low. So it went below, came back up. Then we went under 30, over 30. I bought here at 133.93. Waited a couple bars till I had a nice big move up. I sold half at 134.40. Came back down, did close below the previous bar's low, but I did not get out because we had not reached my 1.5 ATR trailing stop. Had another big, huge kind of climax bar up here. I sold another half at 134.70, and then when it rejected the when it got right here to the 50-day moving average, I sold the other half of a half, so a quarter. So I got in at 133.93, out at 134.40, out at 134.70, and out at 134.92. All right, so that's show and tell for today. Let me get rid of all this. Okay, now, Jatin is in Apple at 123, and I believe, Jatin is in from 123, so he's up $10, and Frank is also in Apple from 111, so he's up about $22 on the trade. So very good. Steve says VIX continues to edge closer to my 1030 EMA crossover short sell and SPY signal. Yeah, I would imagine it's getting close, right? Frank says, thanks, Greg. And Kamal Quad says, thanks, Greg. With short trades, do you handle stop losses, trailing stops any differently than you would going long? No, I handle them exactly the same way. Everything's just reversed, though. Steve says, AMD currently has a 520 crossover signal, but it is close. Yeah, AMD's on my radar today as well. Steve says, looks like I will be exiting Amazon on the nasty bear candle today. Okay. All right. Yep, we're going to look at those in a sec. Steve says UUP, the US dollar, is making a new low today. Oh, interesting. So gold must be doing well. Karen says, hello traders, I'm in cash. Best place to be. I will be receiving the new year in a cabin in the woods by the time the market opens tomorrow, and I will not be worried about any toppy markets. Oh, that sounds fantastic, Karen. That sounds really great. Hope you have a really good time, and let me be the first one to wish you a happy new year because you won't be here with us tomorrow. So that sounds like a good plan. Pat says AMD looking at a V2. That's correct. That's why I have it on the list, Pat. Good job. Nice going with the V2s. Steve says, I exited Amazon for a flat trade, down 0.08 from entry after the big bearish candle today. Okay. Well, good trade, Steve, right? I mean, that takes a lot of discipline just to take a scratch trade. I mention that almost every day, but people that can take a scratch trade, I'm most impressed with, honestly. All right. Let's take a look. Johnson bought MasterCard here at 335.68 with this nice 520 crossover and the V2. 335.68. It is up 2.85% today. So Johnson, fantastic trade, my friend. Johnson is up 5.87% on this trade. And he also sold 320 put spreads expiring tomorrow. So as long as MasterCard does not drop by 26 points by tomorrow, that contract will expire. Johnson will keep all of his money. Yes, bought Microsoft at 213.82. It is currently 221.83. It is down 1.04% today. He's been scaling out. He only has a third less. So very nice trade, yes. Q's. Jatin bought Q's at 302. Okay, so I have here 302.30. It's 312.73. So excellent trade there, Jatin. Very nice. AMD, this is what we were just talking about. So Ramble Ron bought at 91.05. It's 92.36. It's up 1.91% today. So this is a beautiful example of a return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and a V2. And it looks like we might have the 520 crossover, which we do. So there's a lot of confluences of signals. This is probably my favorite one so far today right now is AMD. Amazon. All right, so Steve talked about Amazon. He got in at 32.8896, had a big up strong day, but reversal back down, and Steve got out right about break even. But, you know, I think that's pretty impressive, everybody, right? He had a nice big gain, came all the way back down today, but instead of hoping and praying and wishing, he's keeping his losses small by just getting out and taking a scratch trade. I'm telling you. Very impressive and nice going there, Steve. Good trade. VIX Quad is in VIX at 1991. Gary is in VIX at 1723. It's 1706. So Quad's down on the trade. Gary sold half of his position up here, which I'm glad to see. I like to sell part of my position whenever the market gives me a big windfall. I think it's a good policy. Was up big yesterday, is down a little bit today. It's holding halfway of yesterday's bar though. IAU, which is Frank bought IAU at 1754. It's currently 1805. It's up 0.73% today, so he's up nicely on the day and the trade. Nice job, Frank. Jatin bought Tesla at 639.90. It's 691.70.60. It's up 3.84% just today. And He is up a slick 7.34%. Very nice. PTON. Yeah, spot PTON way back here at 115.97. It's 154.33. Holy smokes. Up 24.58%. So let's give Yas a hand. That's a nice trade. FSLR, Yaspot FSLR at 90.98. It is 176 cents, up 3.91% just today and up 9.86% so far. Excellent. DocuSign. Yas is in DocuSign from 224.12. It's 227.14. It is down a little bit today, but he is up on the trade, and I know he's been scaling out. ALGN. Jatson bought ALGN way back here at 441. It's currently 528.87. He sold half here, right about the current price. It is up 15.28%. So congratulations to Yas. All right, what else we got going here? NIO. Hey, Yas has another winner. I knew I liked this trade yesterday. If you guys remember, I would have taken this trade, but my chart didn't show the current bar, so I didn't know what Yas was talking about. I guaranteed I would have taken this trade. Higher low V1 at 46.10. It's 48.06, up 4.16%. Really nice. Teladoc. Frank bought Teladoc at, I believe this is right, Frank, 182. It's 203.22. It's up 2% just today, and it looks like up 10.56. That's a healthy trade there. NEE. Johan bought NEE at 74.70. It's 75.79. It's up today, and it's nicely up on the trade. Facebook down. Jatson is in Facebook from 280.97. It's 272.84. So he's down about $8 so far on the trade, and down on the day, down on the trade. Workhorse, Quad and Yas bought Workhorse at 23.27. It's 21.28. It's up 1.77% today, but they are both still down on the trade. AN, Frank bought AN at 66.88. It's 69.99. There you go, up 1.85% today. That's a nice trade, Frank, and up 4.58% so far. Beautiful. Almost getting done. Kamal bought, these are trades that he took today. That's right. Kamal bought Solar Winds SWI at 14.84. It's 14.96. So Kamal is up on that trade so far, which is great. And also Beyond Meat. Kamal bought Beyond Meat at 126 even. It's 126.62. So two nice trades there for Kamal, and welcome back, Kamal, right? All right, let me take a quick look over here. Justin says, once NASDAQ closes below 12,800 on hourly, I'll exit my Qs. Perfect. It's a plan. That's all you need, right? Okay, so, listen, before we start taking a look at some possible end-of-day trades, this part of the podcast, I like to talk a little bit about trader psychology, or good trading words of wisdom, or just good sayings, right? There's a lot of great Facebook, Twitter channels out there. And this is something I ran across on Twitter that I really like. This is from Harnet Singh Karbana at Trader Harnet. He has a really good channel. I went through his channel. I really liked it. And this post of his really stuck out at me. And, being that the new year's coming, maybe we could read something inspiring. I mean, this is from Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. Who's the Apple guy? What's happening? Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. Wow. Okay, let's see what Warren Buffett has to say. Right, these four guys pretty successful. I think that's a fair statement. Let's see what Warren Buffett has to say. Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. Right? So you got to have passion for trading. You got to have passion for whatever you're doing, because without it, you're not going to have energy. And if you don't have energy, you don't have anything. Bill Gates, it's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Can we apply this to trading? 100%. It's fine to have a great trade, right? And a nice winning trade, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. It's more important to analyze the trade that you didn't have and see why. That's probably more helpful information, positive information for you to have in the future. And that's one thing I don't talk enough about, is analyzing your losing trades and see if you can kind of calibrate in and go, oh, you know what, maybe that was a little chasey, maybe that wasn't quite strong enough volume, right? But it's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Steve Jobs, people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. It's true. You've heard that saying, like, you know, some people just they weren't smart enough to know that they couldn't succeed, so they did. That was me in my early 20s when I started my chewing gum company. I was just young and naive. I didn't know I had no chance against major chewing gum companies. I mean, if I were to do it now, I'd be, oh, no, it's impossible. I didn't even know it, so I just did it, and it worked, right? So when I read this one, it really stuck out to me, because that was kind of me. And then lastly, Elon, take risk now and do something bold. You won't regret it, right? Like Quad's a young man. Do something bold, right? Do something bold. Don't do it when you're an old man, but you can do it now, buddy, right? You can do it now. So anyway, I really like these, helpful for me. Thank you, Trader Harnett, for the great post. And again, he's at Trader Harnett over on Twitter. Let me just take a quick look. All right. Tell you what, let's take a look at some possible new trades today. Micron, not too shabby. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and a V2. Micron's a chip company. We're also going to look at AMD, right? And so talking about correlation, I wouldn't want to take both of these trades. They're both in the same industry. But let's look at Micron. It's up 2.19%. False breakout to the downside, V2. Let's take a look over on the weekly. Weekly has found support at the 5 EMA on the weekly. It also bounced halfway off of the big up bar, came back down, tested that halfway, and moved back up. Pretty good. Earnings are on the 7th, so there's enough time to hold it between then. But let's analyze Micron and AMD together. Okay, AMD is very similar. Pull back to the value zone, sideways motion, nice rejection of the -1 ATR channel, plus a V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. Day 2 washes out day 1. Day 3 closes above day 1's close. Let's go back to MU. 64.46 RSI on MU. So that's a little higher. I like the RSI better of AMD, right? I do like it better. Oh, and one thing on okay, so it did reject the -1 ATR channel, but not substantially like AMD. And it has a 520 crossover. So right off the bat, without a doubt, AMD currently looks the best for me right now. Tilray. Okay, here we go, right? Cannabis industry. Pull back to value. Sideways motion. V2. God, these could be identical charts. Well, not quite. Not quite. But not too bad. It does have the 250-day moving average above it. Not a lot of volume today. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's a little ski-wampus here, honestly, around this downward sloping 50-day moving average. It's holding the 50 RSI on the week. Not a lot of volume. Let's go back to AMD and look at the volume. Well, there's more volume there. So it's good. I'm just a little concerned about the downward sloping 250. IEX also has a V2. A lot of resistance here. Oh, only 59,000 shares. Never mind. We'll take that one out. ENSG. Sideways motion, didn't trigger a V1 or a V2. Not enough shares traded either. So we'll take that one out. XLE, a little bit of a higher low V2 here. Holding the 50 RSI. Let's look over on the weekly. Has a bit of a pullback, holding the 10 EMA on the weekly. It's okay. We'll put this over in the possibility. Dada. 1.4 million shares traded. It's a V2, not a great washout, but I guess technically it's okay. It's having issues with that 50-day moving average. I don't think I like that. AMAT, false breakout to the downside with the V2. Big gap here though. See the gap between yesterday's close and today's open? It's larger than a quarter ATR. When that happens, I have to pass on the trade. Futu, big strong update today, but at this point, I think the risk to reward has all the air taken out of it. TLND, big strong day up, but yesterday would have been a better entry with the V1 and the close above the 200. Now it's moved so much, and we had that big down bar with the big volume. I would be very surprised if this could go any higher, so I wouldn't take that. GSX, this has had a couple under 30 over 30s. Here was an under 30 over 30, then it failed, I believe. Under 30 over 30 again today, not bad. It's holding the 2 ATR channel on the weekly, so we could put this one over in the possible category. TSRI, big V2, but big huge gap. There's no possible way I could buy that, and it's only 9,000 shares traded there. ZYXI, V2 without any sideways motion. I mean, this is very strong. It's up 5.41% today, but I don't believe it has a good risk to reward ratio anymore. Caterpillar, false breakout to the downside in a V2, but this gap concerns me. I do not buy V2s when you have this large of a gap. UAL, it's just forming a base here, but it hasn't shown me that it wants to break out of anything or do anything like that. So I would pass on UAL. SE, don't really see anything clear there. There's a 520 crossover. I don't know how that back tests. So without knowing, I wouldn't be interested. Cummings, higher low V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, closing above day 1's close. MACD is positive, only 159,000 shares though. And we had, I wouldn't say this is right about 1 ATR. It's okay, but I don't like that it's rejected the 50. If I was in this for whatever reason and rejected the 50, I would be getting out of half. So if I would be getting out of half something, I certainly wouldn't be entering a whole new position. Jets. Up about 1%. I guess it's a higher low V2. Not a whole ton of a washout bar here. Yeah, I like the other ones better. LXEH Oh, that only has 2,900 shares traded, so no on that one. So, hey, listen, everybody, give me about 30 seconds. I've got to check something, okay? Give me about 30 seconds. Thank you. All right, there you go. Okay. All right, so what do we have? We have about 15 minutes to go. Current positions. JD's doing great. Love to see it hit that third profit target. McDonald's, the short position's doing well, a little bit off of its lows. Ollie, I am going to go ahead and just exit all of Ollie today. It's been a nice trade, but this is a very bearish bar. SPY, nice overnight SPY trade. Buying that again at the close. TGT, I will be selling half, locking in profits on half the position today. ULTA, doing great. 2 profit targets. Oil's up. Google's come off of its lows. Those are puts that I sold. Alibaba. Oh, I forgot. I also have I sold puts on Alibaba as well. I forgot to mention that. And those are doing really well. I sold them down to $130 expiring June 18th for $299 per contract. So those I sold those right here. Selling puts is a bullish position, so it's up nicely. So I'm up nicely so far on that trade. About, let me take a look. 2, 4, 6, about 30%. Actually, pretty good in a few days on a 6-month contract that I sold, right? So that's pretty good. All right. So I'm going to narrow down here and see. Micron is good. It already has the cross. It's a higher RSI. So I'm going to put Micron to the side. AMD, I would like to see the crossover happen. That would make me feel better about it. But it is a perfect sideways motion V2. So that's really my favorite so far. Tilray, not a lot of volume. That's what concerns me on Tilray. And that 50-day it's been battling with. And being that it is a bit of a toppy market. So I think I'm going to put Tilray to the side. XLE. You know, I don't quite like that it rejected the 10 and the 20 here. It is technically a higher low V2, but I still think AMD is better. And then GSX, the under 30, over 30. That's okay, but all in all, I still think AMD is the best. So my favorite today, AMD, probably Tilray second, probably XLE third, and GSX fourth, but AMD looks like the one I'm going to be taking today. So let's see, I need to get rid of Ollie, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that right now. So I did sell Ollie. That is done. I'm going to go ahead and sell TGT here as well. Sorry, I'm only selling half. I'm selling half of TGT because we went above 1.5 ATRs. Now we have closed below the previous day's low. My stop on my second half will just be a break even. So I'm selling half of TGT. Okay, that's done. Oh, Apple's had a nice little comeback here off of its lows. Yeah, look at that. Look at this look at this perfect signal here, everybody. Under 30, over 30 with the V1. Had I been day trading, I definitely would have taken a shot here and it would have paid off. So I'm going to stick AMD up there. VIX making a new low. Boy, VIX really sold off there, didn't it? Holy smokes, look at that. What does that tell you? Let's take a look at AMD intraday and see what it looks like. It's a nice V2. I think I'll just go ahead and buy it right here. All right. But listen, if you're going to buy something on the 5 minute, I mean, if I was day trading, I would be buying this. This is a nice higher low V2, and it is starting to move. We'll see, right? Tesla's up 29 points today. Holy smokes. And for you Bitcoin people out there, Bitcoin is up 2,050 points today. It's almost 2,900. So congratulations to any of you that hold Bitcoin. Up 7.62% today. This thing is just on a monster tear. JD making a high on the day. Oh, get up there to my profit target. Could you please? You can do it. 89.60. Oh, it's only 8 points. Let's go, let's go. Oh, I deleted those orders. How dare me? Okay, so it's there. Let me sell that then. that's done. So JD's looking good. McDonald's, the shorts off of its lows, but still profitable, so that's a keeper. I sold Ollie. I'm done with Ollie. SPY, of course, I'm buying the overnight SPY trade. TGT, I sold half. I locked in profits on half. ULTA, 2 profit targets doing nicely. AMD, right about where I bought it. All right, we have about 3 minutes to go. David says Tesla breaking above previous high. Steve says I'm long AMD 92.39 on the 520 EMA crossover signal. Excellent. And cherry on top, 520 crossover, and you have a nice false breakout to the downside with the V2. So, you know, that's what I like in trades. I like confluences or combination of signals. One signal is the 520 crossover. Second signal is the false breakout to the downside with the V2. I'm teaching tonight. I'm really glad this chart. This is a perfect example to show my current student Timothy tonight. It's a perfect example of a pullback to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and move back up with the V2. Doesn't mean it's going to be a winning trade, right? But and my stop, ironically, is going to be right about where Ramble Ron bought this at 91.05. This is halfway of the washout bar, roughly. So if I get a close below halfway of the washout bar, then that will be my stop. But, you know, it gives me a small little stop if I'm wrong, and it gives me an asymmetrical trade to the upside if I am right. And I hope we're all right. All right, 1 minute to go, everybody. Well, McDonald's selling off at the end of the day for the short. That's good. Microsoft making a new low on the day. McDonald's making a big low on the day. Wow. All right. That is it. So, where did I get filled here today? I bought overnight SPY at 371.99, and I bought AMD at 92.39. So, SPY. $371.99, and AMD at, I'm going to make this one blue for ramble. Make that one green for me. 92.39. So I'm down 10 cents. All right, so that's it. And again, I did get out of Ollie today. All right. So if you have any new positions today you want to share with me, just put them in the chat. We'll get them all taken care of. Real quick, before we get to that, just a reminder, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions of 3 hours. I teach you everything I've learned over my 25 years of trading, all the setups that I use, and everything I've learned from all my traders and mentors over those 25 years. So I know you'll be a better trader when you're done. It's really important to me that my students do well. So if you are interested, send me an email. Email's in the description of this video, or you can send me a message on Twitter. And if you do, I'll reply and say, hey, let's set up a quick Skype call. You can tell me about your trading, your goals, your challenges. You can ask me questions about the course, and I'll answer whatever you need. And then after the call, sometime later, if you decide you want to email me back and schedule the course, we can do it. All right. And then also, if you like today's podcast, I would certainly appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel, helps build the channel, helps YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So if you did like something today and you find it helpful, I would appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button before you check out of here. All right. So let's see, Steve. Okay, so Steve is out of Amazon. So we're going to take Amazon off. All right. And what else do we have? Steve is long AMD. Okay. Steve, long from 29.39 or 92.39. God, we got the exact same price, Steve. Exactly. Okay. 92.39. There we go. Yes, this is AMD. PC added AMD as well. 92.41. All right. There's Pat. Frank is an NIO. Oh, Yas is an NIO too. Okay, so we'll put here Frank at 46.16. Oh, that's a nice entry, Frank. Nice. No new positions today, sir. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Jetson. Appreciate that. You as well. David is also in AMD. And how did Kamal end up? Let's see. So Kamal is up on his Beyond Meat. He bought at 126. He's in the money 49 cents. And SWI he bought at 14.84. It's at 14.97. So he's up on both of those trades. So nice job there, Kamal. And Ollie, I am out of Ollie. So I have Johnson in there still. Kamal says, kept beyond meat and SWI, right? Karen says, thanks for all the kind words, Greg. You have a beautiful heart and you have helped me a lot through this podcast to find my edge in trading. Happy New Year and see you in 2021. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. Enjoy your trip into the woods and the cabin. Have a really good time. Be safe. And I look forward to speaking with you when we get back in the new year. How's that sound? But thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. All right, so it's cold outside. So I'm going to put my hiking gear on, go for a little hike out there with Keely, my little travel companion friend, out in the snow. She just plods along, man, nose to the ground the whole time, just checking it out, smelling everything. She's part beagle, so she's part hound. So, and that will be it. And then I'm teaching tonight. So let me leave you off. Two things. Please go out and try to do something nice for somebody, just a smile or a wave, or just be pleasant and kind to another human being. And then if you could also go out and do something for an animal today, a little act of kindness for an animal, that would be good as well. One nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal each day, and the world would be a better place. So if you have any other entries or exits for me, let me know. If you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will call it a day for today. It was a good green day today. I'm grateful for that. It's been good it's been a good trading week. Let's see how the indexes. So inside bar on the Dow Jones couldn't make it above yesterday's big down bar. Q, same. Big down bar yesterday, couldn't make it back above. S&P, same. So they look very much the same. Let's see, what did IWM do today? Up 1%, okay. And the Dow was up. So it looks like IWN was the clear winner on the day, the mid-cap Russell 2000. All right, everybody, that's it. Listen, see you tomorrow. Remember, it is a shortened day, so it's going to be 12 o'clock Eastern time will be the start of the podcast. That's 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, my time. So it's early. It's still going to be an hour, but it starts at 12 Eastern, 10 Mountain. Yas says, thanks, Greg, and everyone. Happy New Year. Thank you, Yas. Happy New Year to you. So, hey, listen, on the way out, if you could hit the thumbs up button and you haven't already, I would really appreciate that. All right, so that's all. Congratulations on your up trades today. If you have down trades today, don't sweat it. We have more trades to come, right? So take care, everyone. Thanks again for coming. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.